Everyone, and welcome. Please make sure you have your earbuds in and headphones on. Make sure you have a pen and paper, a comfortable place to sit up straight, and comfortable clothing on because we're going to be doing our bear claws and our breathing. Please turn your camera on if you would like, so I can check your breathing. If you don't want your camera on, just turn it off. No problem. You don't have to tell me. Write your questions down for our two Q&As. We'll have one at 12:30 p.m., which is 6:30 p.m. Central Time in Europe, and another one at the end of the class. We should be done by 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and I think that is, let me see, what is that? Yeah, what, 7:30? 7:30 Central Time. And make sure you have your cup of emotional detox tea to keep yourself hydrated, to detox your body and your mind. And we will be using our Break the Cycle spray today. Okay, so make sure you have that. We're going to be using that quite a bit. And then at the end, we will go over your supply list for the July 4th module 3. And it is at the same time. It's at 6 p.m. Central European Time, and it is at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. So just so that you guys all know, if GoToTrain is accidentally sending it to you, if you're in the United States at 6 p.m., it's just because it's in our Central Time. So we apologize for that. We don't know why it's doing that. But it's 12 p.m. Eastern Time in the United States, and it's 6 p.m. European Time, Central European Time, here in France and Denmark, because we have Lawrence who's in France and we have Brenda who's in Denmark and I'm in France. So almost half the group is in Europe and the other half in the United States, which is very exciting. So let's get on with it. So this is our Introduction to Emotional Healing class, and I am Lori Hargis, registered aromatherapist and flower essence practitioner, reflexologist, kinesiologist, herbalist. And I have 38 years of experience based on the latest scientific research and ancient teachings. So today we will be seeing some research. I have some references on a slide for you. And we're going to really be working with more olfactory medicine, which is essential oils. We're going to work on our breath work, and we're going to be connecting all of our bodies through using our Break the Cycle spray, our emotional detox tea, and our breathing, and then our scanning of our bodies. This is so important to me because I got into essential oils uh, in the early 90s, 1990s, because I was already into natural health using herbs and vitamins. And what happened was we went to the health food store. I found a little book, and in the book, it talked about using 10 drops of lavender in the bath to help relax you. So we said, what the heck? We bought orange, clary, sage, and lavender, I think, and geranium. We bought 4 oils and this little book. We went home and we started using 10 drops in the bath. My son was around 8 years old and he had been stuttering since the age of 4. And he was stuttering on the words, you see, you see, you see. And this was very difficult because I had him in speech pathology from 4 to 5. And then they said, the speech pathologist at the hospital said, Lori, because he doesn't stutter on lots of words and he just has this one type of stuttering, that he said he might get lost in the cracks. So sure enough, that's what happened. And the speech pathologist didn't think he was just severe enough to really work with him at one school. And then by the time I got it, then we moved and got him into a new school, and then he was like embarrassed to go to speech pathology. So we started using these 10 drops of lavender in each one of our baths. And in 1 month, he stopped stuttering, my son. and lavender is like his favorite essential oil. He uses essential oils every day. He'll be 45 this summer, and he does animal care is what he does, and horseshoeing and horse chiropractic. And so he uses essential oils on horses and dogs every single day, and goats and sheep. So what it did, it stopped his stuttering. So I said, if it will do that for him, then what will it do for my clients who I'm making programs with herbs and vitamins and things like that? And so it just changed. And I was already using flower essences. So it just totally changed everything. It made a whole package for my clients. So I wanted to do the same thing for you, to help you incorporate your emotional wellness, to develop the self-confidence and knowledge in emotional healing with my method, the Lori method. And we will be doing our movement today, which will be our bear claws, right? And we'll have a new formulation too at the end, and we'll have a little storytelling in our final module 4. So this will all help you learn how to direct your energy to be active, radiant, and giving. And I hope it will help you to help others as well as yourself. So we talked about why does emotional and mental health matter today. And as we know, anxiety, burnout, emotional fatigue, and depression have become the new norm. And especially since COVID, it really hit people hard. And people became more lonely and more isolated. And the more we stay on these phones and the more we become dependent on them, the more isolated and lonely people have become. And to the point where now they're using artificial intelligence to talk to like their psychotherapist or like a friend. Just remember, artificial intelligence is the accumulation of human knowledge. And it is not a person who is going to help you, AI. And our team is really avid. How can I say? It's not, the word's not avid. We really have a deep feeling about this because we have seen now that there are teenagers who have committed suicide due to artificial intelligence. And there are lawsuits in New York about it. This is why we feel that this course is so important, because we want you to be in touch with yourself so you know what's real and what isn't real. And you're not living in an illusion. And so that way you keep clear on yourself, keep clear on what you're doing. And through this course, I hope it will help you through the mindfulness, the energy medicine. Now we'll do essential oils, next week flower essences, and then in 2 weeks storytelling, which will offer you a way to slow down, release, rescue, reclaim, and heal yourself from within. This will lead you to reestablish boundaries within yourself and with others. So here is something that Valerie Ann Warwood said. She was one of my teachers. She is British, and she came to California and taught a course around her book called The Fragrant Mind that she wrote. It was 1996 when I took the course from her. And here's what she said in her book on page 279. Think of essential oils as drops of positivity, whose purpose is to bring to us harmony with the whole. So our key practices, and these are everyday tools for healing. Remember, you don't have to be perfect. You just need to take a few mindful minutes a day doing your breathing, noticing, and being. Instead of going to the refrigerator and grabbing food when something's went wrong, or going to your bed and hiding underneath your covers, or turning on the TV, or scrolling on your phone, take the time. Think, remember, Lori said there's some key practices. Take the time to do your mindful breathing, your body scanning, and your energy work. Just those basic things that we learned last week to keep you calm, cool, not anxious about things, and to help you process what you're going through if you had some kind of a shock. That's what this is for. It's not for you to go hide or overeat or scroll on your phone and do nothing. It's for you to get better. So today we'll talk about essential oils, next week flower essences, and in 2 weeks after that, reframing, storytelling, and positive affirmation. So remember, it's the small daily practices that bring inner changes. So how many of you brought your tea? Raise your hand. How many of you made your tea? Raise your hand. Oh, great. That's super. Okay. So over half the class did. That's wonderful. So the Party Arco in the tea is to help you release physical toxins and build the blood. Party Arco is antiviral, antibacterial. It also kills parasites and worms. Peppermint helps you be clear, helps you digest better. So if you didn't have Party Arco, you could use peppermint. If you want to do 1 teaspoon Party Arco tea, 1 teaspoon peppermint, you can do it that way too. Then we have 1 drop of orange essential oil. It's to help you release and detox emotionally and physically. 1 drop of peppermint essential oil to relieve anxiety and worry and to help you digest better. Because what can happen is when you start releasing these things, anxiety can come up, and then you can start worrying about that anxiety. And so it can cause you to have indigestion, digestive problems. You're not processing it, right? That's what indigestion is you're not processing, you're not breaking things down. Emotions are the same. You need to break the things down. So that's why we're taking this step by step in the class. Then we have 4 drops of Be Responsible. Now, some of you didn't have Be Responsible. It's okay, you're using Rescue. But Be Responsible with Black Cohosh, Black-Eyed Susan, California Poppy, Milkweed, Agronomy, Joshua Tree, and Mullein flower essences is to release addictive behaviors, transgenerational trauma, confront abusive relationships or situations, to feel radiant heart forces that are focused on honesty within yourself, with others, while feeling centered spiritually, with strong interior alignment for values and choices. Okay, so you're not looking outside of yourself for the gold. It's not gambling, it's not watching porn, it's not overeating, it's not drinking, it's not smoking. All right, it's not doing too much shopping. It's seeing that you have all your answers within yourself and aligning up with your spirituality that you have, okay? Or Rescue Remedy, you can use that instead, and that is for the pressure, the friction, the tension, the stress, the pain, the shock, and the trauma. And you have, of course, you guys made it. In a bowl, you add your essential oils and flower essences, you mix well with a spoon, bring your water to a boil, and then infuse your tea. So what I did is I made a lot this morning. I've already drank a full liter, and then I almost drank the other one. So I drink this on a regular basis. Now, the contraindications is you do not use it in pregnancy or with children under 2 years of age. And if you are going to use it with someone who's pregnant or a small child, you would only use the flower essences in it. You would not use the essential oils. Okay? So that is our tea that we're drinking today and the reason why we are drinking it. So now let's go to You Are Energy exercise. We want to see how your energy is today, and I want you to compare it. So what we're going to do is put your right hand on top of your left hand. And raise your hand if you can see me well. Can you hear me and see me well? Raise your hand if you can. Oh, thank you, Brenda and Dawn. Great, perfect. Okay, so put your right hand over your left hand, and I want you to feel your energy there, okay? Do you feel a pulsating coming between your hands or an energy between your hands? Then I want you to take your palms facing each other like this and see if you feel your energy this way, going this way. Okay, so what you can do is you can open up go over there's a little thing that has a plus sign on it, and you can open me up more than the slide. But I'll just take the slide down for right now. So you can see me better to help you out. So you've got your hands like this now, okay? Like that. And then what I want you to do is with your palms up, bring your arms out to the side like this, palms facing up. And I want you to go up with your hands till your arms are straight and against your ears as well as possible. Okay. And then I want you to now put your palms down, and I want you to feel your energy. Field. Do you feel any jaggedness in your energy field? Any cold spots? Any hot spots in your energy field? Any holes in your energy field? This is what this exercise is for, is to check in with your energy of your body. Bring it down now. Okay. In the beginning, the hand on top was the right hand. The right hand is on top. It's okay, Shirley, we see you're here. It's all right. Thanks for coming. Everybody's here. That's absolutely perfect, except one person. I thought I saw someone else try to come on. Maybe they got knocked off. Okay, so you put your right hand over your left. Remember, it's like this. They face each other, palms. You bring your hands out like this with your palms out, up to where your arms are against your ears as much as possible. And then you put your palms facing down and you're feeling your energy. Is it smooth? Is it rough? Is it cold? Is it hot? How does it feel? Okay. So put that in the chat. If you feel tingling in your hands, just mark it in the chat. So that's our energy exercise. Our next thing is we're going to practice our expand your energy field. So remember that this is to build your energy, to clear your energy out. And I didn't write it on the slide, but this is called bear claws because you make your hands like bear claws. So I'll just show the slide real quick here so you guys can see it too. So Brenda said her energy field is more like clumps. And then Shirley said, let me go here real quick and see what people said in the chat. Brenda said more like clumps, no holes. Okay, so it's clumpy. All right, so we have to clear that clumpy stuff out, right? It's like when you have clumps in your energy field, it's like your energy field is trying to, it's filled in the holes that you had there, but now we just need to smooth it out. You know, if you imagine a clump of clay and you are remolding it. So imagine you're doing, you're making like pottery or something. And when you have it on the wheel, you're starting to smooth it out, right? So that's how I would look at it, Brenda. I would just imagine yourself just smoothing it out when you hit those clumps. You know, you have enough there that's protecting those holes, but you're smoothing it out. Okay, but really a great point to make, and we all learn from it. So I'm just going to show this to you uh, with the slide so you see it, and you see how one hand, we're going to put the right hand over our crown chakra, right? This is the crown here of your head, governing vessel 20. If you're into acupressure points, it's right here at the crown. Remember, you go from, and so if you want to know exactly where it is, start at the top of your ears, take your middle finger, and go to the crown of your head. That's governing vessel 20, and that's the crown of your head there. You're going to have your left hand is going to be on top of that, and your right hand is going to be in front of you. And you're going to breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. This is not mouth breathing. This is nose breathing. Okay. And then we're going to switch our hands like that. So then the right hand goes over the crown and the left hand is in front. So yeah, how you find that is, and here I'll turn the slide off so you can see me better, is take your thumbs, you have the top of your ears. Here's the top of my ears here. Take your thumb like that, up right above the top of your ears. Take your middle fingers and go to the top of your head. And right there where those your middle fingers meet will be the crown of your head. That is governing vessel 20, okay, in Chinese acupoints, Chinese medicine acupoints. So there it is. So that's where your hand needs to go over when you switch back and forth. So let's begin. I'm going to turn, I'm going to turn that off, and we're going to do this. Let me turn my timer on. We're going to do it for 1 minute. Whoops, grabbed the wrong thing. Sorry, guys. I hit the wrong app. Okay. Oops. All right. So that was 1 minute of doing your bear claws. Now we're going to go to our breathing. So I want you to sit in a comfortable position, sit up straight, feet on the floor, relax your body, close your eyes, and I want you to take a deep breath in through your nose like you're sniffing a rose, and exhale slowly out through your mouth like you are blowing on a dandelion, okay? And we're going to repeat it 2 times, and then we're going to continue for 3 minutes. So let me put my timer on. And we will begin. Here we go. In through the nose and out through the mouth. You kind of shake your arms out, shake your legs out, slowly open your eyes. And so that are the basic things that we learned last week, right? And now what we're going to do is we're going to start talking about essential oils. And I was going to have a stop at 30 minutes, but what we're going to do is we are going to go on till at 6:45 is what we're going to do. I mean, my 6:45, and then we'll take our break. So let me go here and put the timer on for that. And then we'll have questions and it'll give us enough time to get through this. Yes, if you would like to drink some of your tea and you feel like you need to drink some, please do. Great question. All right. Okay, no problem, Brenda. So we're going to get through it here. So module 2 is on essential oils for mindfulness. So what are essential oils? Essential oils are the vital energies from inside the roots, which is like vetiver, seeds, cardamom, plants like lavender, flowers like jasmine, trees like cedarwood, woods like sandalwood, grasses like lemongrass, resins like frankincense, and fruits and pills like bergamot, orange, lime, etc. Each essential oil has different chemical constituents. So when we look, for example, why lavender is calming and relaxing and help my son is because it contains linalool and linalyl acetate. And those two things help calm the nervous system and put you in your parasympathetic nervous system. Also, chemical constituents of essential oils give them the properties of being antiviral, anti-infectious, soothing, cooling, stimulating, uplifting, energizing, detoxing, and analgesic. And today we'll talk about not all of them, but some of the emotional things that they work on too. These healing energies are used in the practice of aromatherapy for us physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. And you can read more about this in my book, Common Sense, A Practical Guide to Aromatherapy. So it's really important that we understand the safety of essential oils. Essential oils are powerful. We always dilute them before we use them unless otherwise indicated. They contain powerful chemical components. Essential oils must be used carefully. Avoid the eyes. If you get them in your eyes, use a carrier oil like olive oil, apricot oil, almond oil, and to dilute them, not water. If you put water in, you're going to push the essential oil further into your eye and your eye is going to burn worse. And before you use essential oils or any kind of product, doesn't matter if it's a roll-on or whatever, always do a patch skin test on your wrist to see if you are going to have a reaction. Because now we have 52 allergens in Europe that they're considered allergens in Europe of essential oils. And so we know that there can be allergic reactions. So we want to make sure that everything you use is not going to cause you a problem. This is your skincare products too that have essential oils in them, balms, ointments, all those kinds of things. So now let's go on to some more contraindications of essential oils. Do not use essential oils in pregnancy and nursing. Do not use with transplant patients. Do not use essential oils with children under 2 years of age. Do not use peppermint with children under 3 years of age. Eucalyptus, not near or on the face of children under 10 years of age. Clove, oregano, savory, cinnamon leaf, and also there should be thyme, thiaminol. Do not with children under 8 years of age. Citrus oils, lemon, bergamot, lime, bitter orange, mandarin, grapefruit, they're phototoxic. So do not put those on and go into the direct sunlight or tanning beds because you could burn your skin. It's just the way it is. And so don't do that. So if you're gonna put something on like a favorite perfume or something and it's got bergamot in it, be careful. It could cause you to be red where you sprayed it. All right. Wintergreen, do not use if sensitive to aspirin or you have ADD or ADHD. Okay. Now, contraindications, number 2 of essential oils, eucalyptus. If you're asthmatic, smell before using. Some asthmatics can use it, but others can't. It depends on how deep they can breathe. Usually, if you're asthmatic, you're only breathing into your bronchioles, right? So eucalyptus helps you take a very deep breath. It goes into the bottom lobes of your lungs. So this is why someone with asthma can get red face. They can have a problem with it and they get where they can't breathe. I had a secretary that I didn't know she was allergic to, that she had problems with eucalyptus, and she walked in, she was asthmatic, and I didn't know her that well. And so we had to open all the windows to the office, the doors, everything, and get it out of the room as soon as possible. Rosemary is neurotoxic due to the camphor content. Do not place near or on the face of children under 2 years of age. Oregano, cinnamon, thyme, CT, thymol, clove, those are all very hot essential oils and they will burn the skin. Lemongrass, savory is very hot too. Lemongrass and pine can also irritate the skin and the mucous membranes. Essential oils are not meant to take the place of a qualified medical practitioner. Seek my advice or the advice of another registered aromatherapist if unsure. Okay, so those are our contraindications today for essential oils. And now let's look at our applications. Massage 23 drops of essential oil or blend per 1 ounce, 30 ml of carrier oil applied to external area. In a bath, in a small pan, place soluble or bath gel and add 10 drops of essential oil or blend. Mix well and pour into the bath and mix with your hand in a figure-8 motion. Remember, essential oils and water don't mix. They separate, right? And so if you don't, say you don't have soluble, you can always use your soap, right? And say you don't use your soap, you forget. You can always do a carrier oil. And if not, you can take your hands, make a figure-8 like this, and do your best to disperse it through the water. But remember, the essential oils will rise to the top, and as soon as you stick your butt down in the water, you're going to get them on your butt. So be careful. Shower in a small glass bowl, place 1 or 2 drops with 1 teaspoon organic natural liquid soap, mix well, and then you can just, put it on your washcloth. You also could, if you just have some plain soap, neutral soap, you can always add your own essential oil blend into that and just, pump it out, put it on your washcloth and rinse well. Inhalation, 6 to 8 drops in a bowl of hot water. You're going to place a towel over your head. You're going to inhale for 5 minutes. Be careful. Do not get too close to the steam because, like peppermint, can irritate your eyes and other essential oils. A spritz or sprayer, like what we did in our Break the Cycle. What you do is in a glass bowl, you put 1 teaspoon, 1 ml of alcohol, add 46 drops of your essential oil blend, and then mix well, then add your 2 ounces of water, pour into your 2-ounce amber bottle, shake it up, and then of course you're going to spray it around you, or if it's something like for, a cut or something, you're going to spray it directly on the area. Okay, so let's go next. You can put in Castile soap. If it's 1 ounce, you can put up to 23 drops. If it's a 1 ounce if you have Castile soap like 1 ounce, 23 drops per 1 ounce, 30 ml. Or if you're doing, 2 ounces, you can do 46 drops. That gives you an average, and it usually works pretty good. Okay, so now let's look at ointments. Add 23 drops of essential oil blend to ready-made salve. So, you can buy sometimes just a plain salve, and it's a 1 ounce jar. Then you are going to mix that up well. Apply to the affected area. Now, if you want to make other another kind of salve, you can see that on page 26 of my book, and a practical guide to aromatherapy for how to make a salve in there. Internal use, seek the advice of a qualified registered aromatherapist. Compresses in a bowl, place 23 drops of essential oil blend in 1 ounce carrier oil or water. Mix well, soak the flannel in. You'll have a little flannel, place on affected area. If you're making a hot condition, which means you have inflammation, like you've got a sore muscle and it's really inflamed, you would use cold water and room temperature essential oils, and you would reapply the flannel once the heat is overcome the coldness of the flannel. For cold conditions, use warmed oil or water and reapply when flannel becomes cold. Keep applying for acute conditions every hour. Clay packs, you're going to do 1 tablespoon of clay in a bowl. You're going to add 3 drops to the blend or essential oils. Mix well. Add 1 or 2 teaspoons of water to the clay mixture. Mix thoroughly and make sure the consistency is thick and wet. All right. And if you want it thinner, then you add more water. If you want it thicker, you add more clay. You put it on the area, let it dry, and then you rinse it off with cool water or warm water, depending on the condition. And remember, you'll get these slides, so you'll be able to see all the details of this, okay? It's just that we have to go through these to make sure everybody understands it. Application of essential oils, reflexology, and acupressure in a 1 ounce 30 ml amber bottle. Place 23 drops of essential oil and 1 ounce or 30 ml of carrier oil. Roll the bottle between your hands to mix thoroughly, and then you're going to apply it to a reflex point on the feet or the hands. So say, for example, you are grieving something. A reflex point across the hands here, across the hand, this is the heart on the left and the lungs. So the lungs are connected to grief, right? And the heart is connected to sadness and grief. So what you would do is you would take that blend, whatever blend you made, and you would walk along that area there and massage it. Now, let's say you're doing an acupoint. You take the roll on and you would roll. This here, you have a line at your hand here, your wrist, okay? And at that wrist is heart 7 over here. On the outside, down the side of your pinky is heart 7 here. And you would roll it on there. So that gives you some brief explanation of how to use essential oils. So now let's look at the science behind essential oils and mindfulness. Research shows mindfulness and essential oils help with stress and in anxiety treatment. Okay, and you've got the references down here to that. Studies also show essential oils work on the psychoneuroimmunology and the psychoneuroendocrinology. So what that means is when I smell an essential oil like this, the scent, all those little molecules go up into the little villi of my nose and goes up here to my olfactory bulb. My olfactory bulb sends a message to my master gland, the pituitary, and then it sends a message to my adrenals, and then to my reproductive system, my ovaries. So this is why essential oils can be stimulating, can be an aphrodisiac, and also can help balance our glandular system. Another way when we smell something is we smell something and then it goes on up into here, past the olfactory bulb, goes to the neurons in the brain and goes to our nervous system and goes down our spinal column here. And so it can calm us, it can stimulate us, right? That's how it works. Then the other place it goes to here, right where this heart is, this is the emotional part of the brain. All right, this is the psycho part of the brain. So this is where your positive and negative emotions are stored. So say you smell cinnamon and it reminds you of when your mother made apple pie and that was a good memory for you, then that's a positive thing. There could be some smell though that's not positive for you when you smell it. So you smell that essential oil and you're like, ugh, I don't really like that. And so it brings up another, it could trigger a memory. So this is why essential oils are so important. They work on our immune system because they also send a message to our thymus gland. They send a message to all systems of the body. But we don't have enough time to go through all that today. So if you want to learn more about that, you have to join my professional aromatherapy certification program. So now let's look at our questions really quick here. Does anybody have any questions? I saw one in the chat. I'm going to go to it right now. So I answered one about the Castile soap liquid. Can we put alcohol in our spray after the water was added into our spray? That question is really anytime you make a spray, if you want the essential oils to solubilize in the water, you need to put them in the alcohol first. So you have your little bowl. You put your alcohol in there, you put your drops of essential oil, and you mix it up. Then you add your water, then you mix it up like that. Because otherwise, you could try to shake it as best you can right now, or you could take a stir stick and mix it up in the bottle itself. Take the lid off like this and mix it up in there with a little stir stick. I'll show you. I've got a little stir stick here real quick. And, this is a little stick that you use when you do blending and things like that. So you would just go in like this and you would stir it up. Now you could still try to do that if you didn't add your alcohol and your essential oils correctly together. So you could do it like that. And then you could shake it up. You're still going to get the benefits of the essential oils. Just every time you're going to have to shake it up good. Okay. So shake it up good. There we go. All right. So that is, now we're going to go on to our So let's look how essential oils can help us mentally and emotionally with our health. They help us release, recover, and reclaim yourself from pressure, friction, tension, stress, and pain. That leads to, now, you're wondering why, that's why I ask you those questions: pressure, friction, tension, stress, and pain. Because those things happen first. Those things happen to you first. You feel the pressure. You either feel, when you're a child, you feel pressure from either friends, family, or your own pressure inside of you that's been caused by something that's happened. Then you have friction. Maybe you disagree with someone and you're too small to stand up for yourself, right? Then there's tension. Then there's stress. And then maybe you've had an accident or something's happened to you where you are in physical pain, or maybe you're in emotional pain because maybe you were traumatized, sexual abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse, mental abuse. So that's why I ask you those questions when you're doing your body scanning, because then what it helps you do is it helps you release your anger, your irritability, and your aggressiveness. It helps you relieve your worry, your fear, your anxiety, your grief, and your loneliness. It helps you recover yourself from accidents, shocks, and traumas. And essential oils help reclaim yourself from depression and postpartum depression. And you can do this through the different applications we already talked about: inhalation, massage, cold and warm oil or water compresses, clay packs, sprays, baths, showers, reflexology, and acupoints. Today, we're doing the spray, okay? Starting off very basic here. All right, so here we have essential oils that help us recover from accidents, shock, and trauma to feel calm and comforted. bergamot, cedarwood, clary sage, cypress, eucalyptus, geranium. And helichrysum helps us because it is a overall great for physical trauma, emotional and mental trauma, and spiritual trauma. You can have spiritual trauma, okay? You could be in a cult, and what happened in that situation traumatized you, all right? That kind of stuff happens. So helichrysum, the name of it in France is what we say immortal. So that's why I say it's good also for spiritual emergencies. Lavender essential oil is great for shock and trauma. It pulls you back in your body and really grounds you, okay? And then we have neroli, orange, Roman chamomile, rose, sandalwood, and ylang ylang. I put the stars by the two I think that are the most important. And let me see here if we have, okay, so let's go on to our next slide. And here I want, whoops, sorry about that, you guys. I didn't mean to do that. So essential oils for relieving your fears and worries and anxieties, to be courageous and warm-hearted. So we have bergamot, cedarwood, cinnamon leaf, clary sage, but clove essential oil warms you up. It stimulates you to be more positive. That's how it works. Then we have cypress and geranium, jasmine, lavender, lemon, and neroli. And the reason I marked these the way they are on this chart is because those are the essential oils we're working on today. We're working with. So I want you to be at least clear on those and the reason why we're working with those in our tea and in our tea and in our break the cycle spray. Then we go to orange. Orange is like the sunshine. It brightens you up, right? It pulls you out of your fears. And then we have peppermint. Peppermint has that cooling effect on us, where it takes us out of it. It takes us out of the anxiety and the worries. And then pine is when you worry internally and you're fearful that you're doing something wrong. Pine is about the shame and the blame game. It's like you blame yourself. It's like a codependent. You blame yourself for whatever your husband did or your friend did. Oh, it was my fault. I shouldn't have done that. Oh, it was my fault. I did something to make this happen. Pine is to help you understand and accept yourself and not take on all the burdens of everybody else. That's what pine's good for. I mean, it's many other things too. But now let's go to essential oils for releasing anger, irritability, and aggressiveness to feel joy and inner peace. So when we look at clove, again, it pulls us out of the irritability, right? It pulls us up out of it. Peppermint does too, because it cools us down. It helps cool us down. And pine pulls us out of that guilt and gives us that inner peace. And then orange also, it helps us feel the joy. So this is how the things that we're working with today are helping you with anger, irritability, aggressiveness to feel joy and inner peace. And now let's look at essential oils for reclaiming yourself from depression. What is depression? Depression is where you are suppressed. You are suppressed. You can't get out of bed. You go to food. You stare at the TV and do nothing, or you scroll on your phone and you don't do anything. Depression that's the position you're in. And so to pull you up out of it, the clove is going to stimulate you to think positively, to get you out of it. The orange is going to open up your heart, because when you're depressed, your heart shuts down. It's not connected. You have all these chakras here. You have 3 chakras here, right? And then your heart is the bridge chakra, energy center. And then you have your communication. Then you have your here. The third eye is where you visualize what you want. And then your crown is what connects you to your spiritual, however you see your spirituality. Okay? So this is very important that we see this, how we can pull ourselves out of depression. And then we have pine again for that shame and blame game, blaming ourselves. It's all my fault. And the pine gives us the understanding and the acceptance of ourselves to be able to get out of the depression and to feel inner happiness and trust. Okay, so this is our formulation, break the cycle spray. Orange was warm-hearted, happiness and joy. Pine, understanding, acceptance of self. Clove revitalizes positive mental outlook and thinking. And be responsible helps us to release addictive behaviors, transgenerational trauma, confront abusive relationships and situations, to feel radiant heart forces, focused on honesty with yourself and others while feeling centered spiritually with a strong interior alignment for values and choices. And rescue works on stress, trauma, shock, friction, pressure, and pain. Okay, so that's the reason why we're using that today. And so now we're going to do our energy exercise, right? We're going to do our energy exercise with our break the cycle spray. So what you're going to do is, yes, it's perfectly okay, Cynthia, if you didn't put alcohol in the recipe, just shake it up. No worries. Don't worry about it. No worries. Just shake it up. So shake it up, and I want you to spray it on your hands. And I've never done this in the class, but I got this idea. And so I want you, you can put your right hand or your left hand, whichever is comfortable, but I want you to see the difference of when you spray it on your hands and your energy. So this is something new I've added to this class. And then I want you to face your hands again, your palms again. And see how your hands feel. Put your palms out, bring your palms up, feeling your energy field coming up. And then now coming down, put your palms down, coming down. See how your energy field feels now. And I want you to write it in the chat once you get your hands down and you've really felt your energy field. And if it felt different with the break the cycle spray, put it in the chat. Did it feel any different? Personally, for me, it feels different. It energized my hands more, but that was my experience. How about you? Brenda said smoother, easier to move my arms, which feel lighter. Great, great, Brenda. That's good to hear. Shirley said yes. Wonderful. I just felt like it just came to me last night and I thought, we're going to do this. We're going to try it. Yes, put the spray in the palms of your hand. In the palms of your hand, just spray it in the palms of your hand like that. Spray it at it like that. And then do this. Do this. Palms facing. Put your hands out from your shoulders. Come up. And then palms down. Bring it down. Okay. There we go. and you'll feel a difference. And if you didn't feel a difference today, just keep practicing and you could feel the difference. All right. So now that we've done that, we are going to do 1 more minute of, and what I want you to do is I want you to spray your Break the Cycle spray around your energy field, above you, on the sides of you, and behind you, okay? And we're gonna do our little exercise here for 1 minute. Here we go. Okay, bring your arms down. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And now let's go to our what we're going to do is we're going to go on to our scanning, body scanning. So I want you to find a comfortable position with your pen and your paper. So make sure you have your pen and your paper. And then, fantastic. Brenda said she found it easier to move her arms during the bear claw exercise. How many of you else of you felt the same way? Please let me know in the chat. How did you feel after using the it like that with the bear claw exercise? So now you can just put in the chat and we can read it later. So now it's really important. This is what we're getting down to is, oh, Cynthia says, I feel great. That's wonderful. I feel lighter and brighter too. That's fantastic. So sit in a comfortable position with your pen and paper. Sit up straight with your feet on the floor. We want you to be really grounded, okay? And relax your body. And I want you to close your eyes and we're going to take a deep breath in through your nose like you're sniffing a rose. So here we go. And then I want you to blow out. Now breathe in again. And the last time. And now keep your eyes closed and I want you to listen carefully as I take you through scanning your body in 3 segments and asking your body questions. Please write down your answers. So we're going to start with your toes to the top of your thighs. So I want you to go from the tip of your toes along the top of your foot, the back of your foot, along your calves, also your shin bone up to your knees, behind your knees, the front of your thighs, the interior side, thighs, exterior, and the back of your thighs. Are you feeling pressure, friction, tension, stress, or pain in your toes, your feet, your ankles, your shins, your calves, your knees, or your thighs? If so, I want you to focus on where the friction, tension, stress, or pressure or pain is located. And I want you to ask yourself these questions and write down the answers. And do not mistrust yourself. Trust your body, trust your mind, trust yourself. Okay? And write it down. Whatever comes up, don't question yourself. Write it down. So, where is this pressure, friction, tension, and stress or pain? Is it physical? Is it emotional? Is it mental? Or is it spiritual? Write it down. Now, what caused this pressure, friction, tension, stress, or pain? Was it a person or was it a situation? Write it down. If it was a person, write down the role they played. So write down the role they played. Then how did this situation or people or both affect you? Write it down. Okay, once you find your answers, then I want you to spray the Break the Cycle spray all around you again. Okay. And I want you to take a deep breath. And I want you to release the stress, the tension, the friction, the pressure, and the pain. And then now ask yourself, what is my solution? Trust yourself. Whatever comes up, just write it down. What is your solution? What is your solution? Now, once you found your solution, I want you to take a deep breath in. Here we go. And now exhale and relax. Now let's start to scan from the top of your thighs to your solar plexus in the front here, right? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to scan from the solar plex, from the top of your thighs to your solar plexus, then also from your sacrum, your buttocks area, from the tailbone to the mid back. That's what we're going to go to, okay? Right underneath our heart and lungs and right in the thoracic area. So, yeah, I don't know if I can scoot my computer back a little further. So can you guys see it now? Let me move this chair out of my way and so you guys can see it better. So can you see me now better? Raise your hand if you guys can see me better. Okay, good. So you're going to go from the top of your thighs here to your solar plexus. You're going to scan, and then you're going to go from the top of your thighs underneath your buttocks, from your buttocks all the way up to your mid back where your bra is, right there. Okay. So let's now scan from the top of your thighs to your solar plexus in the front. And let's start at so you have your lymph nodes in your groin down here. You have your ovaries, your uterus, your small intestine, your ileocecal valve is connected to your small intestine, ascending colon, transverse colon, descending colon, sigmoid, rectum, and anus. Okay? So I want you to scan all of that. How does that feel? Do you have any friction, pressure, tension, stress, or pain in those areas, in those internal organs and those lymph nodes? And then I want you to go on up, and you're going to come to the right side where your liver and your gallbladder are. And then you're going to go to the center of that area of your body there where your solar plexus are and your stomach. Then you're going to go over to the left and you're going to check out your pancreas and your spleen. And then all in this area too, you have muscles, don't you? You have muscles all through your midsection here. So you're going to check out your muscles. Are they tight in one area or one side of the body more than the other? Is there friction, pressure, tension, stress, or pain in any of these internal organs or your muscles in this area in the front of your body? Write it down. And you're going to ask yourself then, okay? So now we're going to ask yourself, I'm just reading this over here again so I don't make a mistake. Where did the pain or the friction come from? Yes, you can be standing if you want. If you feel more comfortable scanning yourself standing up, sure, you don't have to sit down. It's not a problem, whatever position you want to be in, okay? You could even lie down if you want it, just as long as you don't fall asleep. So you're going to ask yourself, where did this come from? Is it physical? Is it emotional? Is it mental? Or is it spiritual? So ask yourself that question and then write it down. Now, the next question is, were there people involved or a situation or both? And write it down. Write the situation down, write the people. Okay? And now what you're going to do is, what was the role that these people played in this situation and how it affected you? What was their role? What was their role? Once you've written that down, then again, we're going to spray our Break the Cycle spray all around us again. And we're going to take a deep breath and we're going to blow out the friction, the tension, the pressure, the stress, and the pain in any of these internal organs and bones, because you've got ribs here and muscles. Okay, so here we go. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Blow it all out. Now you're going to ask yourself, what is my solution to this situation? And you are going to write it down. Okay? Then we'll go to your backside. So write down your solution to this situation. Trust yourself again. You've got to trust yourself. It's really important, right? Mm, yes, that is very interesting. Yeah, because the solar plexus, where there's that ganglion of nerves, see, and so then that will go to your back. That will go into that mid back section. So that's a good point you made, Shirley. Shirley was saying that in the chat that um, she's all the above right. My solar plexus goes right through my back and then on my hips. Yes. So what it's doing is it's hitting you in the solar plexus. It's going through to your mid back, your heart, the heart area really there. And then it's traveling down into your hips. And when you hold things on your hips, it affects you in all ways because your hips are connected to your shoulders, which is connected, to the plates in your head, right? And then when you go from your hips down, it's connected to your knees and then to your ankles and then to your toes. So, and then it's harder to walk when you're carrying things in your hips, isn't it? It's hard to move your hips side to side. It's hard to move your hips in a circle. It's harder to go forward when things are stuck in your hips. It makes it hard to walk, go forward in life, right? So yeah, if it's a person, a situation that is causing a lot of challenges, you have to decide what you need to do about that. Okay, so now let's go from the tailbone up. Remember, we're going to scan this up. We're going to start at the tailbone. So the tailbone is at the base of your spine. So you're going to go up your tailbone, up along, and you're going to hit where you have your buttocks here and all these muscles here. And you're going to go up your spine, your lower lumbar, all in here. And then you're going to get to your upper lumbar and your thoracic area of your spine. Okay. And you're going to scan that and see if you have pressure, friction, tension, stress, or pain. If you do, where did it come from? Okay. Where did it come from? Is it physical? Is it emotional? Is it mental? Or is it spiritual? Write it down. Now I want you to ask the question, what caused the friction, pressure, tension, stress, or pain? Was it a situation, or were there people involved, or both? Write it down. Just scan it. Good question. Just scan it to your bra. Just go to your bra line. Scan it from there. Now also think about your spinal fluid. Your spinal fluid that's traveling from your sacrum all the way up to your thoracic area where your bra is located, okay? So go up along that area there. Check your spinal fluid. If you want to, you could even imagine your spinal fluid and just, go through it. Is it flowing? Is it blocked in any areas in my lower spine and my lower back? Okay. And all right, so the next question you want to ask yourself is, how did this situation or people affect you? How did they affect you? Write it down. Make sure you wrote that down. Okay, so now once you know how it affected you, you're going to spray the Break the Cycle spray around you, right? Again. And what you're going to do is you're going to take another deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth, and you're going to release all the pressure, the friction, the tension, the stress, and the pain. Okay, here we go. All right, now ask yourself, what is your solution to this situation or with these people or person? Ask yourself that answer. Once you have your answer, then I want you to take a deep breath and relax. You've written it down. Let's take a deep breath and relax. Here we go. Now you're going to scan yourself from your bra area up your thoracic area right to here. And you're going to go through your shoulders, down your arms, your fingers, right? And then you're going to come back up and you're going to go to your cervical area here, through your neck, along the top of your neck here, your head and your neck, along the top of your head. And then you're going to come down to your ears and you're going to go inside your ears. Okay? Along your lymphs in here. Okay? And then you're going to come back up past your ears, go back to that governing vessel, the crown of your head, and you're going to go down the front of your head here to your forehead, your temples, your eyebrows, behind your eyes, your nose, your cheeks, and then you're going to come down inside your mouth and you're going to check your teeth, your gums, your tongue. Then you're going to come out of your mouth. You're going to check your chin, your jawline, come down your neck. And as you come down your neck, you're going to check your thyroid, your parathyroid, your thyroid, your other parathyroid, your throat, your esophagus. All right. And you're going to come down into your chest and you're going to check out your heart and your lungs. And remember, all the muscles and all the bones and all the joints that are connected into this space of your body that we just went through. So from your bra strap up, your head, along your arms, down to your fingers, then up the side of your head, okay? And then down the front of your face, your throat, and your esophagus. And don't forget your thymus gland in here too, okay? Do you feel any stress, any pressure, friction, tension, stress, or pain in any of these areas? If you do, write it down. Is it emotional? Is it mental? Is it physical? Or is it spiritual? Okay? And what caused the pressure, the friction, the tension, the stress, or the pain? Was it a situation? Or were there people involved? Or was it both? It's situation and people, or just people or a situation? Write it down. Write it down. And how did this situation or people affect you? How did it affect you? Write it down. Once you have those answers, I want you to spray your Break the Cycle spray all around you, okay? And I want you to take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth, and you're going to blow out the pressure, friction, tension, stress, and pain. So here we go. And now ask yourself, what is your solution to this situation? And I do not want you to judge yourself. Remember, we have pine in here. Understanding and accepting yourself. Do not judge yourself. Your solution is your solution. It's nobody else's business. Okay? It's not anybody else's business. It's your business. So write it down. And now let's take, once you've written it down, your solution, let's take a deep breath in, and then we're going to relax. Here we go. Relax your body. I want you to shake your legs if you can. Shake your legs out, shake your arms, just kind of let it go. Shake it up a little bit here, okay? All right. So this is releasing and reclaiming yourself today, along with your, I want you to take a cup of your tea your emotional detox tea, drink of that, a little sip of it, or how many sips you want. And remember your break the cycle spray. So if you guys just want to put in the chat how you're feeling, and remember, change your energy, change your life. Just a few mindful minutes a day, breathing, noticing, being, and spraying essential oils. Healing begins with a decision to pause and pay attention. It's not wallowing in the stuff. It's paying attention to how you're feeling and using all these different healing modalities to help you. Okay. So, case studies and impact. Our course, this class, has reduced anxiety and depressive symptoms. It's improved emotional regulations. It's helped people overcome physical pain and release past trauma. So, if I'm going to have Dawn come on here, I'm going to unmute her and she's going to, did it work, Dawn? Yes. Hi, Dawn.
Hi, Lori.
How are you feeling after that?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Great. Dawn, could you explain to them when the first class you took live with us in Florida, how you arrived? Was it Florida or was it Vegas?
Vegas.
Vegas.
I did do the class in Florida, the 1-day class, just like a little introduction, and that was very helpful. But the Vegas class is where I got the most benefit. Um, Prior to that class, probably 10 months to a year, I had been suffering from a really bad hip problem. Um, I had no comfort whatsoever, what standing, laying, sitting, nothing was comfortable, but there was a lot of things I could not do. And in the class, you had us, or you wanted us to sit on the floor. I could not do that. I actually sat in the chair, and I was still in my 40s at that point, and I should have been able to sit on the floor. But me and another person there that was way older, we both sat in chairs for the class that first day. And but during the scanning, when I got, and by the way, before that, let me just stress that I'd had x-rays done. They found nothing. I had had an MRI done, but I had not gotten the results back yet when I flew out to get for the class. Um, so there was major issues going on. That's how I will leave that. But so I did the class the first day, couldn't sit in the chair. We went through the scanning, and when I got to that hip, I started crying, and that's not typically something I do. And immediately, when I was like, "What is the cause?" When during the scan, my daughter's name popped up, and she was going through a situation, or had been going through a situation for a while, that affected our relationship and the whole family's relationship. So learning that, and then we made our own blends with the oils and the flower essences and the exercise. I went home that evening and used everything we learned in class that night. And I came back the next day and sat on the floor and was able to do all the exercises, and minimum pain, almost none. And when I returned home, I worked for a chiropractic office at the time. When I returned home, I told him, because we've got the results in, nothing structurally was wrong. They could not determine anything with why the pain. And I said, well, guess what? I don't have pain anymore. I just come back from your class, told him all about it. And he says, if more people dealt with their emotions, he would basically be out of a job. So it really benefited me dealing with that emotional situation and recognizing what it was and being able to deal with it.
That's
And
great.
using the tools you gave us. Yeah.
That's great. And that was during the 2-day total immersion class that we do.
Correct.
Yeah. So that was great. That was so
It
much
was a
fun to seeing you guys live, in person. It was wonderful.
another interesting little tidbit from that class was I was also suffering for probably 2 months before the class with TMJ. I've never had issues with TMJ, and working for the chiropractor, he was constantly putting my jaw back into place, which wasn't a pleasant experience because it hurt. But during the scanning, when I got there, it was another child, and he'd gone through a divorce and just a horrible situation he was in and everything. And as soon as I dealt with that, nothing I can control on either one of my kids, I haven't had TMJ issues since. He's never had to fix it again.
That's great.
So, and I
Oh,
guess my teeth grinding, because he's like, you keep grinding your teeth. That's what's doing it. And I'm like, I'm not a teeth. I don't usually grind my teeth. But anyway, dealt with those emotions. So, what do they say? Buried emotions never die. They just make it hurt.
that's a good one, Dawn. Thank you
Yeah,
so much. Yes,
you're
and
welcome.
so Dawn has took all these classes, and so she's redoing this again. And Dawn, I want to thank you so much. And so is Shirley. Shirley has taken all these classes too. So I want to thank all of you guys for being here. But Dawn, thank you so much for giving your testament of how this has helped you through your overcome physical pain.
Yes, thank you. No, thank you, Lori, because without you, who knows? I don't know what they'd have done to me medically because they couldn't figure it out. The more I think about that, it's like, oh, who knows? Oh, replace your hip. Who knows what they would have said? But so, no,
Yeah,
thank
or
you.
they might have put you on heavy amounts of pain medication or
Oh,
relaxants.
that would have been, yeah. Any of their options would have been not beneficial. So
No.
thank you.
So, well, you're very welcome. I appreciate you so much. So thanks a million, Dawn. Okay, so that just shows you there how this class can help you. And then we will offer our 2-day class that will start, but we're going to do it. We're not going to do it live because I don't think I'll be back in the States yet then. So we're going to do it over an 8-week period, is what we'll do like this. So if any of you guys want to be in that class, just let me know and we'll send you information about it. It will be in September. I think it starts like, I don't know, the last week of September, something like that. Okay, so let me turn the screen back on now. And we're almost done, just to show you guys what we have to do next week. So next week, it's on about flower essences. It's about rescue and reset your emotional energy using flower essences. So have all your ingredients and supplies ready. Before class, make sure you make your emotional detox tea. Bring your break the cycle spray, and you're going to make a new essential oil blend in a roller ball, right? And it's called Reset Severe Emotional Trauma. So it's about resetting yourself. Okay. So we're working on that. And this is the formulation. I will send that with you. Uh, I'll send it an email with this in it, but it's orange, geranium, ylang ylang, open heart, almond or apricot oil, whatever kind of carrier oil you want, with a roller ball, right? And I'll send this by email to you so you have it. And a good question was asked, if you didn't put the alcohol in the formulation, what I would do is I would go ahead and add the teaspoon of alcohol to preserve it. So that way it's preserved. A lot of times the essential oils will keep the water from, getting mold in it, but you never know. So add the alcohol to it if you would like. Okay, great question. And now, does anybody else have any other questions? 1 teaspoonful. Yes, that's perfect. 1 teaspoonful. Does anybody have any other questions for us today? Let me go in the chat and check. Oh, great. I'm so glad, Brenda, you got to stay. Fantastic. Well, if anybody doesn't have any further questions, then I will see you next week at 12 p.m. Eastern time. And I apologize if you receive it saying 6 p.m. Central Europe time, but it's always 12 p.m. Eastern time, right? And I just want to thank all of you And remember, awareness is the beginning of emotional healing. Thank you for joining this journey toward mindful releasing, rescue, recovery, and reclaiming to heal your inner self. Oh, and Dawn wanted to tell you guys that right now she's sitting Indian style, cross-legged at the moment. So no more hip problems. And that's been 5 years ago or something, wasn't it, Dawn? So that's just great. So congratulations to all of you for continuing on. Keep up the good work, and I will see you next Thursday. Thank you so much, Cynthia. Thank you so much, Brenda. You guys all have a great day. Thank you, Shirley. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you, Michelle. And thank you, Lawrence. She wasn't able to be here, but thank her so much too. You guys have a great day. Don't forget your essentials. Use your common sense. Au revoir.